NPR writer Bob Boylan offers a bit of advice when it comes to understanding the music of Lord Huron. He writes in an NPR blog article, "Think of Lord Huron as an imaginary world as much as a rock band. Band leader Ben Schneider has created characters and stories, as you saw in that image alone and in the early image video that we started the service with, stories that fit together within an entire narrative filled with mystique. It's a bit dreamlike. To get an idea of how many layers there are in Schneider's invention, look at his website for author George Ranger Johnson. According to the site, George Ranger Johnson lives in Tucson, Arizona, and writes adventure novels whose titles are identical to the song titles of the band Lord Huron. Of course, neither Johnson nor his books even really exist. Now, when I first went to George Ranger Johnson's website and didn't know that it was fictional, I got so excited looking at the covers of the books, and I thought, looking for a link to download, and I want to read this thing in preparation for this sermon on the band. Yeah, it was fictional. No links. But so powerful was the urge in me to take that 10-year-old boy adventure again. And so innate was my desire to journey into a new world, a different land, and to step out and experience the mystery anew. And that is what Lord Huron's music, along with all of their multimedia imagery, and storytelling, aims to do. They want to give the listener an experience of another world. Ben Schneider said it himself. Maybe that's what I'm trying to create, a musical place that is a little bit of a getaway. A getaway to another world, a place that's new and exciting and filled with adventure, and that has room for us to breathe and to roam and to think and to be alive and to be free. Imagine an artist, someone who is so impassioned to get his message across to you that he would create an entire world just to connect, just to clearly and creatively and compellingly say what he wants to say to you. When I asked an old high school friend, Jeff Wormold, why he liked The Ends of the Earth in a Facebook conversation we were having, exegeting the song, he said, "I'm mainly a sucker for melody, so as long as the words don't get in the way, I'm happy. But I would say this is one of those songs where the words and the melody are of the same mind. A kind of quiet determination to experience the wonders of the world, to see if the landscape can match the allure of our imagination." How eloquent, that last sentence. Our imaginations are made for another world. Your imagination is made for another world, one that is more beautiful and alive and real than the world you now inhabit, the place where you now live. And every journey you've ever taken, especially those that were adventuresome and out to the ends of the earth, all of those journeys were a search for that something more world, a place where there's a river that winds on forever, and a mountain that no man or woman has mounted, and a land that time don't command. That world calls you and is calling you. It's often hard to get to. It's often hard to hear news from. And sometimes it feels as though it's elusive and you never quite get there. It's a world that you get foretastes of through your earthly journeys. Kind of like the feeling you have when you go on a holiday or an amazing trip. I was talking to Jay Cowie before the service about his East Asia tour that he had, and I said, "I bet you're missing it already." "Oh, yeah." It's kind of like that feeling, like you've had that adventure, and now you come back and you want more. You need more. You want to feel that feeling again. So it seems, referencing my friend Jeff's allusion to our imaginations, that those imaginations have an insatiable appetite for otherworld experiences. C.S. Lewis, the writer, once said, "If we find ourselves with a desire that nothing in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that we were made for another world." Out there, there's a world that calls for me, the band sings. And from a Christian perspective, we believe that that world is called the kingdom of God, a place where the perfect will of God is reality, a place where everything is as it should be: the light, the community, the economy, the environment, the beauty, nature, human nature, all that we are and collectively can be is perfect. A place where there's an island where all things are silent, and a desert whose size can't be measured, and a kingdom filled with mystery and adventure, and so many rivers that wind on forever. A world that's right here, right now, and we can taste it and get foretastes of it. And that's still yet to fully come and arrive. A song, if you have the ears for it and the eyes to read the lyrics of, like the ends of the earth, helps you sense and feel and inclines your heart toward that kingdom. But the song can't fully get you there. C.S. Lewis again. "The books or the music in which we thought the beauty was located will betray us if we trust to them. It was not in them, it only came through them. And what came through them was a longing. These things, the beauty, the memory of our own past, are good images of what we really desire. But if they are mistaken for the thing itself, they turn into dumb idols, breaking the hearts of their worshipers. For they are not the thing itself. They are only the scent of a flower we have not found, the echo of a tune we have not heard, news from a country we have never yet visited." And Lord Huron, through that song, The Ends of the Earth, brings us just a little bit of that news. God moves through the band and their image-bearing natures to yearn for the things that God yearns for, that He's implanted in them, to cry out and to seek and to want to journey and adventure into that. Their song, their tune is an echo of a tune. And the imagery that they use and the lyrics of that song, like so much biblical imagery, is a pointer to the ultimate image of God, the maker of all images, and to Jesus Christ. "Oh, there's a river that winds on forever. I'm going to see where it leads. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. And where the river flows, everything will live. Whoever believes in me," Jesus said, "rivers of living water will flow from within them," within you. May God have dominion from sea to sea, if that's true, from the river to the ends of the earth. Earlier this week, I watched a couple of short history videos on the explorers Jacques Cartier, Samuel de Champlain, and Henry Hudson. I remember when I was a kid, I was bored stiff. Now, 54 years old, I'm all excited about these adventurers and what they did and thinking about this message. I mean, the oceans that these people crossed and the rivers that they explored, and they had no idea where they were headed. It was an unadulterated adventure, no GPS, no news of the land that they were entering into. But oh, the adventure that they lived and the struggles that they lived and the discoveries that they made. I mean, to have Canada named by you, or to have founding cities like Quebec City or Montreal named by you, or to have more water on the face of the planet named after you, Henry Hudson, and a river, too. And Jesus, like a river, calls to you and beckons you to follow him. To the ends of the earth, would you follow me? There's a world that was meant for our eyes to see. To the ends of the earth, would you follow me? If you won't, I must say my goodbyes to thee. Come follow me, Jesus said to a couple of fishermen, and I will send you out to fish for people. I'll use your life to change other image-bearing, made in my image, filled with the glory of God, called to so much human beings. I'll use you to be part of that calling process. And then I will use you together to change the world. But you need to step out of that boat that you're in now and step into the river that I am and take a risk and follow me.